Welcome, listener. If you've ever felt other people's emotions as if they were your own, if your body has ever tightened in a crowded room, if you walked away from a conversation feeling drained and unsure why, this story is for the part of you that senses deeply and is now ready to sense wisely. So take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, let everything you've been holding begin to soften. The world can wait a little while. This time is for you. Her name is Val, and for as long as she can remember, she had been porous. It wasn't something she could turn off. She could feel moods before words were spoken, the shimmer of tension in someone's laugh, the unspoken ache hiding in their eyes. When people came near her, they relaxed. They said she made them feel seen, safe, soothed. But no one saw what happened after, because when they left, she was the one who felt heavy. Their sadness would echo inside her chest. Their anxiety would hum through her stomach. Sometimes she'd cry without knowing why. Other times she'd just go quiet, like the ocean after a storm, still moving, but unsure which ways were hers. She tried all the usual things: journaling, solitude, soft baths, sage. They helped for a moment, but the road always leaked back in. One evening, after a long day of listening too deeply, Val walked out to the edge of a small lake behind her home. The sky was fading to violet. A thin wind skimmed across the surface of the water, and in that reflected mirror of dusk, she saw herself, tired, kind, wide open. And from somewhere inside, a quiet voice rose up, not loud, not commanding, just clear. You don't have to close to protect yourself. You only have to shine brighter. She stood very still. Her breath slowed. Her shoulders dropped. The idea of protection had always felt like walls, but this voice spoke of light. The air thickened with calm. The sound of crickets began to blur with the rhythm of her breathing. And as she stood there, something in her imagination began to awaken. Not fantasy, but memory, like something she'd always known and only forgotten. She imagined a small point of golden light glowing at the center of her chest. Warm, gentle. It pulsed with her heartbeat. Each pulse spread outward, slow ripples expanding through her body. First through her chest, then her shoulders, down her arms and hands, until even her fingertips tingled with warmth. Then it spread through her throat, up through her face, behind her eyes, down her spine, her belly, her hips, her legs, her feet. With every breath, the light expanded. A gentle, glowing field surrounded her body. Not hard, not sharp, but luminous. A living bubble of golden white radiance. It shimmered, translucent and soft, like sunlight through morning mist. And yet it was strong enough to hold her energy in its sacred form. Val noticed something remarkable. She could still feel the world. She could still sense the emotions around her. But they didn't pierce her anymore. They moved around her light, like waves flowing around a smooth stone in a river. The light didn't block, it transformed. Anger that used to sting now softened into compassion. Fear that used to choke her now turned into empathy without attachment. She began to realize that protection wasn't separation, it was sovereignty. The next morning, she met her friend Myra for coffee. Myra was kind, but often heavy, her words spilling out like sandbags, complaints, worries, what-ifs. Val used to absorb it all, but this time, as Myra spoke, Val quietly breathed and imagined the golden bubbles shimmering softly around her. Each word that came her way entered the field, met the light, and dissolved into neutrality before it touched her heart. She could listen with kindness, but not sacrifice herself to the listening. She smiled, not the forced kind, but the one that comes from peace. When they hugged goodbye, Val didn't feel drained. She felt centered, whole. Over the next few weeks, Val practiced daily. Each morning before she reached for her phone, she closed her eyes, placed her hand over her heart, and summoned that inner light. Sometimes it was gold, sometimes it was rose-colored, like the first breath of dawn. Sometimes it shimmered with pale silver, the color of moonlight on water. It didn't matter what it looked like. What mattered was the feeling. That subtle hum of self-ownership, that quiet agreement between her energy and her boundaries. Whenever she felt herself absorbing someone else's pain, she didn't judge it. She simply returned to the breath, to the bubble, to the light. And each time she grew steadier. Her empathy remained, but her exhaustion faded. People around her began to comment, "You look lighter. You seem calm lately. What changed?" She would smile softly, knowing the answer couldn't quite be put into words. One night, weeks later, Val had a dream. She stood in a vast star-filled sky, no ground, no horizon, just infinity, and around her, her light shimmered like a radiant spear, pulsing with her breath. Each exhale sent ripples of golden energy into the cosmos, and from far away, she could sense the light of others, other empaths, other souls, each surrounded by their own shimmering fields. All of them shining, interconnected yet distinct. Together they formed a constellation of protected hearts. And in that moment, she understood. Empathy was never meant to be a burden. It was meant to be a bridge. And when the bridge is strong, love can travel safely across. So now, as you sit here, you might begin to notice your own breath again, how it moves through you like gentle waves. You might imagine your own light, whatever color it wishes to be, glowing quietly in your chest. And as it grows, you may begin to sense the same protective bubble forming around you. Not a wall, not a cage, but a sacred boundary made of light. Inside it, you are calm, you are clear, you are free to feel without being consumed by what you feel. You carry this bubble wherever you go, through crowded rooms, difficult conversations, moments of noise or need. Because this light isn't outside of you. It is you. It always was. and always will be. So breathe in one more slow, gentle breath, and as you exhale, let yourself rest in the quiet knowing that being sensitive doesn't mean being unprotected. It means being connected and wise enough to stay whole within it. And now, as the story fades into the quiet between your breaths, you may notice that the images still linger. The golden light, the gentle field around you, the calm that seems to hum somewhere deep inside. Go ahead and take a slow, full breath in and let it fall all the way out. That's right. Feel your shoulders drop a little more, the space around your heart opening, softening, settling. Let gravity hold you for a while. You don't have to do anything now. Just allow yourself to breathe in and out, as if the world were exhaling through you. With each breath, the mind begins to loosen its grip. Thoughts drift by like small boats on a quiet river. You can watch them pass without needing to climb aboard. There's a certain sweetness in the space between awareness and dreaming, where every sound and every silence seems to melt together. If there are sounds in your room, the hum of a refrigerator, the faint rustle of air, you can let them join this rhythm too. They don't distract you. They deepen you. Each one reminding you that you are safe and you are here. Now imagine, just for a moment, that the golden light from the story begins to return. At first, it flickers softly inside your chest, a warm pulse behind your sternum. Feel that light spreading with every exhale, through the shoulders, down the arms, into the fingertips. And with every breath, it moves lower, through your ribs, your belly, through your hips and legs, until even the soles of your feet begin to hum. Each breath spreads the light deeper through your body. Every cell begins to glow with gentle protection. And perhaps, with each beat of your heart, you can sense the same golden field forming around you, like a warm cocoon of energy, perfectly attuned to you. Now imagine this bubble of light expanding about an inch beyond your skin, then a few more inches, until it forms a complete sphere around you. It may shimmer gold, or silver, or soft rose, whatever color feels like home to you. Inside the sphere, you can breathe deeply. Everything inside belongs to you. Your calm, your essence, your truth. Everything outside that does not serve your peace simply slides away. No effort needed. No pushing. No resisting. Just natural flow. As light naturally separates shadow without a fight. And in this gentle field, you may notice a kind of clarity returning, a quiet knowing that you can feel everything without absorbing anything. Now, if you wish, you can begin to imagine yourself floating slightly within that bubble, as if gravity has loosened its hold just a bit. You are surrounded by light and supported from within. You can feel it breathing with you, expanding as you inhale, contracting softly as you exhale. It's alive. It's intelligent. It knows exactly how to keep you safe and open at the same time. You don't have to control it. You only have to allow it. Your body knows what protection feels like. Your energy remembers how to flow cleanly. And so, from this space of ease, let these ideas drift gently into your subconscious, as if they were small, glowing seeds planting themselves in fertile ground. My sensitivity is my strength. I can feel deeply and still stay balanced. I do not absorb what is not mine. My light protects me. I can open my heart without losing myself. Let those words echo softly, like ripples moving outward through still water. Your mind can rest. Your energy can renew itself. Your heart can expand again, safely. And now, some part of you already knows how to bring this feeling with you into the rest of your life. You don't have to think about it. Your nervous system remembers. Your energy field remembers. The light stays with you, whether you're in a crowded room, at work, on a call, or simply sitting alone. It glows quietly beneath the surface of your awareness, always ready to rise when you need it. And so, when you're ready to return, begin to feel your body again, the surface beneath you, the air touching your skin, the rhythm of your own breath. Take a slow, deep breath in and exhale fully. You might choose to bring back a little stretch, a small movement in your fingers or toes. The golden light stays, but your attention returns to the present. And as you gently open your eyes, you may notice that everything looks just a little softer, a little clearer, as if the world itself has learned to breathe with you. So here are the key meanings of the story. Number 1, empathy as a gift, not a burden. Meaning, Val's journey reframes empathy from a painful overexposure to a sacred sensitivity. She learns that being an empath doesn't mean absorbing everything. It means translating emotion with wisdom and compassion. Takeaway: sensitivity isn't weakness. It's emotional intelligence tuned so finely that it requires care, boundaries, and reverence. Number 2, boundaries as light, not walls. Meaning, The story dismantles the old myth that protection requires closing off. Val's bubble is not a barrier, but a filter of love, allowing compassion in while transmuting negativity into neutrality. Takeaway: true boundaries are energetic agreements, not acts of defense. They say, I can love you and still stay centered in myself. Number 3, emotional transmutation. Meaning, as Val activates her field of light, heavy emotions don't disappear, they transform. Anger becomes understanding, sadness becomes compassion, anxiety becomes clarity. Takeaway: protection isn't avoidance. It's the ability to stay present with what's uncomfortable while allowing it to move through light instead of lodging in the body. Number 4, the bridge, not a sponge. Meaning, at the end, Val realizes that empathy was never meant to be her sponge. It was meant to make her a bridge for love and move safely across. Takeaway: when protected, empathy becomes service instead of suffering. You can connect deeply without losing your center. Number 5, healing through self-energy. Meaning, the protective bubble is a metaphor for coherent self-energy, the calm field generated when the body, mind, and spirit align. Takeaway: the power of an empath comes not from taking on others' emotions, but from maintaining the inner coherence strong enough to illuminate them. And number 6, awakening through practice. Meaning, Val's daily visualization represents a consistent energetic hygiene practice. Just as one tends to the body, one must tend to the aura. Takeaway: empathic mastery isn't enlightenment. It's gentle, daily maintenance. The small moments of returning to breath are what build a self. And as you return to yourself now, with that gentle glow still shimmering quietly around you, remember this: you don't need to hide your sensitivity to feel safe. You only need to honor it. The world doesn't need you smaller. It needs you sovereign, soft, radiant, untouched by the noise, but deeply connected to what's real. So the next time life feels heavy, breathe and feel that bubble of light rise from your heart again, the one that says, I can feel everything and still be free. If this story helped you find your calm, subscribe and stay close. There are still more stories awaiting, each one a gentle reminder that you are the light and you are safe to shine. So until next time, be well.